Hi friends, and welcome to my crafty space where I share my memory keeping projects and processes with all of you. If this is your first time here, then hello and welcome. My name is Krystal and I am so excited that you are here. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so you can see all of my future crafty videos, and any of the products or the links that I mention in this video I will put in that description box down below. So today I am working on creating a project using the new Friends story kit that was released by Ali Edwards. I don't actually have the physical kit yet, so I am just working with digital products. I have this page right here that I put together. This is going to be a full-size page with some pictures and whatnot on it. But this was a 4x6 card that I just extended to create a 3x8.25 spot, and then I already went ahead and pre-typed out all of my journaling. I combined a couple of different cards in the kit to create this page right here. I have pre-printed out some of the chipboard pieces that I will actually turn into faux chipboard pieces. And then I have a couple of pictures that I'm going to be working with. So these are pictures from my wedding, and this is a story about my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put you guys on fast forward, do a voiceover, and we'll come back and slow you guys down at the end. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is go ahead and get these pages hole punched. So they are going to be outside the pocket, so the holes will just punch directly into both the larger picture as well as this cardstock page. So I didn't realize I had that page a little bit too big still, so I had to trim off a tiny bit at the top. Then I pulled over a spare page protector to make sure I've got the holes lined up correctly, and I will use my 6 hole punch. I try to always remember to put the link to that hole punch in my description, because it is definitely one of my favorite tools when working in these 6x8 albums. Or the 3x8 albums. They're also 6. Anyway, so I went ahead and hole punched those so that I made sure I had everything on the right side. Then what I'm going to do is make sure to position the photos where I wanted them. One photo is sized at 4 inches by 4 inches, and the other one is sized at 4 inches by 4.25 inches, which I had to do since the page itself is 8.25 tall. So both of these are sized 7 inches wide by 8.25 tall, which makes that journaling section 3 inches by 8.25. And then when you combine the slightly smaller photo with the slightly larger photo, it also ends up being the 8.25 tall. So I did go ahead and put those pictures onto the page. I will hole punch them again. And just in case any of you want to scrap lift this, which by the way, go for it, you definitely want to be aware of where you are hole punching, because as you can see, I put a hole punch in like Aaron's cheek on his face, which gave me a little bit of a laugh, and I had to show him that there's a hole in his face, but whoops, oh well, I don't care, it's staying. It's fine. So then this middle piece right here is going to be an insert. The large picture, which ends up being 11 inches wide by 8.25 inches tall, I originally was thinking of just having that take up one full page spread, so a 7 by 8.25, but it cut off most of my brother-in-law and most of my sister-in-law, who this story is all about. So I didn't want to do that, and so instead I just figured, why not extend the picture and make it into a kind of insert that flips, and then I can put something on the back. And that's really what inspired the entire spread here. So I have the cards that I put together using, or the page that I put together using the different digital cards on the back side that says celebrating friendship, and when it flips it, I think it gives it a really nice break for the eye. So next what I'm going to do is take these chipboard pieces and turn them into actual chipboard pieces. So I printed these 3 out. 2 of them I'm going to layer, and the other one, the flag looking one, will stay how it is. So I'm going to trim everything out, and then I will adhere it to some old like cardboard from a box. I believe it's from a Pop-Tarts box. That was a tip, like a hot tip that one of my subscribers gave me, and I tried it on a spread a couple videos ago and loved it. So like definitely one of the best tips I've ever gotten, and something I will be doing from here on out. So all you have to do is tape it down to that box. If you want it to have a little bit of added dimension, you can maybe tape it down twice. I do that to the Best Days flag, as well as the stripe, this that I'm working with right now, this striped like label banner. I will put that on 2 layers of the box, and then the little red strip that says Forever Friends, I will just layer once, because I just felt like it didn't need to be 2 box thickness wise. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Once I do that, I will put everything down on the page, and then I will also pull out my puffy heart stickers. So I think while I am working on embellishing this thing and putting this all together, let me go ahead and read you my journaling for this page. So I use the card that says "This Friendship." My journaling says, "I will never be able to truly express how lucky I feel to have these 3 in my life. My friendship with the boys began when we attended college together. It grew and sustained through school changes, heartbreaks, and distance. The boys were always so kind, supportive, and funny. I loved hanging out with them. After I graduated, Aaron and I started dating. Not long after, we all met and fell in love with this super cool girl named Caitlin. I immediately knew we would become friends. We had so much in common. You can bet I was crazy excited when she and Alex started dating. Best day ever." Okay, actually, I'd say top 3. Right after Aaron's and my wedding and Alex and Caitlin's wedding. The absolute best part, our friendship as a group has gone beyond friendship. These 3 literally are the friends who became my family. So that's my journaling. And yeah, so that's kind of like a little bit of our story. So Alex and Aaron are twins, for anybody who hasn't followed me for very long. So my husband has an identical twin, and it was their dream that their future wives would be really good friends, and it's definitely like a dream that has come true for them, because Caitlin and I are super close. This picture right here, these were all taken from Aaron and my wedding. This is from my wedding. And we at the end of the night, the 4 of us went out on the balcony and just kind of took some pictures together. That's where all of these pictures came from. But we decided it would be really cool to get a picture of us from behind, with the 2 boys holding hands and then Caitlin and I holding hands. And this has been probably hands down one of my favorite pictures of the 4 of us ever. So I am super glad to have it in this album, and I am super glad that it is this huge. Like, it is a huge picture, and I love it. So when this kit came out about friendship, I knew right away I wanted to do a spread about Alex and Caitlin and just what their friendship means to me. Obviously it means a lot to Aaron, to both of us, but yeah, it's definitely a very bright spot in both of our lives. So let's see. So I went ahead and I put the Best Days flag up on the top left of the picture, and that just says Best Days with my best friends. And I really loved that sentiment because this was our wedding. So it truly was one of the best days ever with our best friends. So then I have one on the back side too. So the back side was the one where I just layered the label with the Forever Friends, which also makes sense because we are siblings. So we are truly forever friends. And then since this photo part is an insert and it's kind of hard to tell that it's an insert, I designed the page to be that way. I wanted to add one of these Avery tabs so that you could tell that there was something to pull. I grabbed out my U stamp. Again, I don't have the physical kit yet, so otherwise I probably would have pulled a stamps from the Friends stamp set. That makes a little bit more sense. But I still had my U story stamp, and there was a sentiment that just says love you. So I stamped that in the postal blue scrapbook.com ink. I felt like that matched this kit really well. There's a lot of blue in this spread, and then that's what goes in the tab. So now I will pull out the last embellishment for this spread, which are my Ellie's Studio puffy heart stickers, which are a little bit of a wonkier shape, and that's pretty cool. I also like that they have little dots with them too, so I stuck a teal one up by the Best Days flag so that I could bring the teal color from Caitlin's dress over to the other side of the spread. And then I add a white one and a little teal puffy dot down by the flowers, so then your eye is drawn from the upper left-hand corner down to the bottom right-hand corner, so it just gives your eye like a place to, or a guide to follow. And then on the back side of the insert, I'm also going to add a red puffy heart and a gray little sticker. And again, now we've got that true diagonal line going on there. So once I get that all stuck down, I will just clean up my space, and then we will go ahead and slow this video back down and close you guys out for the day. All right, you guys, so that finishes up this spread for today, and I love the way that this turned out. I'm really glad that I chose to print this as a super large photo instead of doing something a little smaller or cutting the people off. I liked the opportunity to have a flip out section where I could use some more of the products from this kit. And I just think that this was a fun story to tell. And yeah, again, I love finding reasons to use the photos from my wedding and from Erin and I's engagement pictures. They are some of my favorite pictures that we have, and so the more of them I use, the happier I get. So I hope that this inspires you guys to think of maybe your besties who might also be your family members potentially. If not, that's okay too. And to tell the story of how you guys all met. Yeah, so with that, I think I will go ahead and sign off of here. So until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye now.